All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, Great Millstone, who rule well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you, sincere Akim, out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath that are out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, I'm going to jump straight into this video. I don't want to ratazah. It'll be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go in the Rakah Kwadash. And I saw this video. It popped up in my news feed. It's from the Epic Economist. And as you can see on the thumbnail, it says the collapse has begun, right? I'm going to read a little bit of the description. I highly implore you to watch this video in its entirety. I'm not going to play it. Again, from the Epic Economist. The video is entitled, What is Happening to Our Wealthiest Cities Clearly Demonstrates America's Rapid Decline. Again, what is happening to our wealthiest cities clearly demonstrates America's rapid decline. And we know in the scriptures, America is known as Babylon the Great, amongst other things, all right? So let's read a little bit of this, and then a couple of scriptures came to mind, and then I'll close out, all right? So it says, and we've been talking about this, man. We see it every day, when we go to camp. We go to camp downtown, and right where we set up, there's shit on the ground, there's piss on the ground. There's always homeless people lined up around the corner, all throughout the downtown area that we teach at. And this is not nothing new. It's been going on for the last couple of years, but it's been progressing. It's been getting worse and worse. We've been seeing more and more homeless people. It's the homeless population is running rampant, and not just in Florida, Orlando, but all throughout, like it says, all these major metropolis cities, and we've been speaking on it, and it's a sign of the decay, the state of America, the state of Babylon the Great. It's through, all right? Again, it says, what is happening to our wealthiest cities clearly demonstrates America's rapid decline. So it reads, the wealthiest cities in the United States are getting infested by addicts, delinquents, and homeless people. And no matter what alleged solutions are it says the wealthiest cities in the United States are getting infested by addicts, delinquents, and homeless people. And no matter what alleged solutions our politicians come up with, those issues just continue to get worse. And a particular scripture, I'm gonna bounce around, but I just want to bring this one out, straight to the point. Jeremiah 51, and straight to the point. Read the whole chapter. The whole chapter is good, but the main point is in Jeremiah 51 and 8. I'll start at 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hand, that made all the earth drunken. America at one point was the pride and joy of the whole world. Everybody, aspired to come over here to America. They felt like the streets were paved with gold. America was known as the land of opportunity. The place where dreams were made. You can come over here and make it. A lot of people came from these so-called third world countries, and America was a so-called first world nation, a first world country. And you come over here, you become an actor, a musician, a entertainer, an athlete, whatever. You can open up your own businesses, go to school, get a degree, get a good job, But those are things of the past, man. Those are things of the past, America is not the pride and joy of the world anymore. All these nations are pretty much looking at America sideways. America is being exposed for the true hypocrite that they are. And the hammer of the earth, the oppressing nation. America is just a big corporation, that exploits its citizens. A lot of the poisons and stuff that are pumped out in the air, and the poisons that are put in the foods. A lot of these nations don't allow it in their country, man. You know, a lot of America's work damn near twice as hard as a lot of these different nations. You know, for at least to pay. With a when you wake up to the it's so-called an American dream, but when you sit back and analyze things, when you wake up out of the matrix, you realize it's a nightmare. It's an American nightmare. You know, a lot of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. You know, ends are meeting, man. Reality is starting to set in. So again, it says, but at one point, America again was the pride and joy of the world, man. Everybody risked their lives, gave their arm and a leg to come over here, to so-called make it, you know. So it says Babylon, and the Lord did that, He built this place up, but this place is fallen like lightning. So it says Babylon, again, America, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. And what were all these nations drunken on? Its philosophies, its democracy, all its ideologies, feminism, that alternative nasty way of living, all these nations drunk up that Babylon juice, It says the nations have drunken of her wine, her philosophies, Therefore the nations are mad. They're starting to see the side effects of drinking that Babylon juice, Their women are out of order, their economies are collapsing because they've been trusting in that petrodollar, you know. These different corporations are destroying and killing their people, So now the nations are mad. They're angry, So it says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. That's the point. She may be healed. But guess what? Verse 9 says, we would have healed Babylon. And that's what the whole mantra is. Make America great again, build back better. Because, it's obvious this place is on a decline, you know. But guess what? There's nothing you can do for this place. America is circling the drain. CTD. It's on life support. America is on its last leg, you know. It's nothing you can do for this place. This place is through. The time of their judgment has come, man. The time of a recompense for all the wickedness, all the atrocities they've been doing in the earth, man. Chiefly, a payback is coming for touching the apple of the Lord's eye, because we are the ones that built up this nation. You tribes, That's what made America truly great. Free labor, slave labor, all profit, So it says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. Verse 9, Jeremiah 51:9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. The sins of this place has reached the heavens, And Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is about to judge this place, man. He's about to pour out his indignation on the world, starting with Babylon the Great, So again, going back to the video from the Epic Economist, right? The Epic Economist. It says the wealthiest cities in the United States are getting infested by addicts, delinquents, and homeless people. And hey, you got something called the working homeless, man. You got videos on top of videos on YouTube. Look it up. People that work full-time jobs, work 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours a week, and are homeless, man. They can't afford the price of rent, living out of their cars, That's the time that we're living in, That's the reality, you know what I'm saying? So it says, it says the wealthiest cities in the United States are getting infested by addicts because a lot of people are trying to escape reality through drugs, alcohol, delinquents, because it says the scriptures say, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. The wicked is ruling, Esau, Edom, and the people are mourning because they're being oppressed, they're being squeezed, So it says, The wealthiest cities in the United States are getting infested by addicts, delinquents, and homeless people, and no matter what alleged solutions our politicians come up with, those issues just continue to get worse. The landscape of once prosperous areas, all your metropolis, all your, your so-called downtowns and, prominent places where all the rich people went to gather, you know, downtown California, LA and Sacramento and downtown New York, downtown Orlando, downtown Texas, all these so-called metropolis, these nice areas, right? Where you'd go down there to get a nice meal and shop and so on and so forth. The landscape of once prosperous areas just looks disgusting. Yeah, right where we teach at. There's shit always on the ground. It's always piss ridden, you know? It's a Sacramento, they were talking about that years ago, that you kept walking over shit literally on the ground. And I see it now in downtown Orlando, you know? So it says the landscape of one prosper, hey, you got a bunch of tent cities popping up all over the place. The landscape of once prosperous areas just looks disgusting, almost like something out of a post-apocalyptic horror movie. If things are this bad right now, what will those streets look like when the recession starts gaining steam in the months ahead and deteriorating economic conditions begin affecting everyone's lives? Yeah, because everybody's about to feel this, man. It's a great squeeze coming. So it says, we're watching our major urban centers rot from within. Even in the richest cities in the whole country, filth and misery are everywhere. And you go to like Kensington, Philadelphia, they shooting up on the streets, man. It looked like The Walking Dead, you know? So it says places like New York, the financial capital of the entire globe, and San Francisco, I mentioned San Francisco, the shit on the street, literally, one of the greatest tech hubs in the world, are not spare from rampant rates of delinquencies and severe offenses. People using illicit substances in the middle of the streets. I mentioned Philadelphia, Kensington. They shooting up in broad daylight, man. It looks like, the 80s all over again, people strung out, got the dope nod, Matter of fact, we had saw that a while back, right in front of where we teaching that in camp. You had these two Edomites pull up in a car and shot up right in front of us and was passed the hell out, nodding out in their goddamn car after just shooting up right there, right in the heart of downtown, And that's beautiful, man, because all these curses that came upon us are coming upon these Edomites, man. All these curses that came upon us are coming upon them that hate us. They try to destroy us with the drugs and alcohol and so on and so forth, and it's backfiring on Esau, Edom. Beautiful times that we're living in. This place is through. I'll read that over again. It says, even in the richest cities in the whole country, filth and misery are everywhere. Places like New York, the financial capital of the entire globe, and San Francisco, one of the greatest tech hubs in the world, are not spare from rampant rates of delinquencies and severe offenses. People using illicit substances, that you got that fentanyl, people using illicit substances in the middle of the streets in broad daylight, and a surge in the homeless population that is just gut-wrenching. And you people walk by them every day like you don't see them, you know? It says, in fact, local reports detail that New York City's homeless problem does not appear to be getting any better despite the almost $6 billion in federal funds sent to the local government to introduce programs that could alleviate the issue. According to the Coalition for the Homeless, the numbers have actually hit an all-time high. They claim the average number of people sleeping in a shelter every night climbed to nearly 66,000 in the past quarter. However, the city's homeless population is estimated at 126,000 people, which means that a large share of that group is sleeping on the streets. Again, you got a bunch of these tent cities popping up, The coalition stressed that the main reason these numbers are this high is because the city has failed to produce adequate affordable housing. That's the point. You can read, like I said, watch the whole video in its entirety. I just wanted to read, a little bit of it so you can get the gist of it. But I'm pretty sure you've seen it if you've been out and about. Like I said, this is happening in all these downtowns, all these thriving cities, man, metropolis. You can't. It's like an eyesore, like you said, and that's all a sign of the downfall of America. And like the video said, hey, what's gonna happen when mass layoff sets in? What's gonna happen when hyperinflation sets in? Because right now we're dealing with inflation, which is gonna lead to hyperinflation. You know, what are the streets gonna look like, man? It's gonna look like hey man, the purge is coming. It's gonna look horrific. It's evil times, bad times are coming, man. You know, So now is the time to seek the Lord while He may be found. You know. I'm two more scriptures that I'm gonna close out. The main scripture that I wanted to hit is Isaiah 14 and 11, but let me hit Isaiah 47 first. 47 and 1. Isaiah 47 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. And this is talking about the modern day Babylon again. That's why it says virgin daughter of Babylon, not ancient Babylon, modern day Babylon, which is America. Come down and sit in the Babylon, meaning goes back to the Hebrew word babal, which means confusion, and sit in the dust, meaning confusion, also a low state. Come down off of that throne, that high horse. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Virgin because it hadn't been touched yet. you know but Yahweh Shai is touching this place now like never before. No major wars have taken place here. All the wars were basically infighting, but besides the Revolutionary War between America and England, all the fighting has been infighting. But a major war is coming to the shores of America. All your allies are going to turn upon you, and invade this place. Hey, the Medes are going to come over here, the Russians, they shall not regard silver nor gold. That's the times that we're coming into. The civil war is coming back, in a big way. All hell is about to break loose, Ain't nobody going to be looking to aspiring to come to America anymore, you know? People are going to be trying to flee out of here, going back to their homelands, That's the times that we're coming into. They're waking up out of this nightmare. They thought it was a dream, but they're realizing it was a nightmare. It was a fault. It was all a facade, you know, a big ruse, a hoax, Go to school, get a degree, get a good job, Open up your own business. They're doing away with the mom and pop businesses. They're doing away with the middle class, you know, you know, you know. So it says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne." This is your last hurrah, Esau, Edom. Live it up. Esau's the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. We got next. And our kingdom is going to be forever. We're joint heirs with Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. So righteousness is about to come into earth. That's what we're looking for. New heavens and new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. And that's what Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is about to usher in. And we're joint heirs with Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. But two kings cannot sit on the same throne. In order for righteousness to reign in the earth, this devil got to go down. And you watching it. You watching his downfall, starting with America, Babylon the Great, man. The Lady of Kingdoms, So it says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the throne. Sit on the ground, Slakia. There is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." The land of milk and honey, the place where dreams are made, Take where the streets are paved with gold, Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, all the wickedness, all the atrocities, Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. And that's what you see. Shameful spewing is on your glory, It says, "I will take vengeance," that's Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, "I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is coming in, with the thousands of heavens, and all this glory, all this strength, you know. It says, as for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is his name, the Holy One of Yasharallah. It says, sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. All right? Ain't nobody going to be looking to come over here, man. They're going to be trying to flee out of this bitch, you know? you know? Beautiful times that we're living in. Beautiful times for the elect. Horrific times for the two-thirds, all right? So I'm going to close out here. The main point is in 11. I'll start at the top real quick and run through it. Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob. That's the good news. That's the gospel. Lamentations 4:20 and 21. Hey, rejoice, O daughter of Edom that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup shall pass through unto thee. Hey, the Lord said he's going to no more carry us away into captivity. This is our last bid. And our bid is almost up. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to recompense, pay back these devils, for everything they've been doing in the earth. Chiefly what they've done to the apple of the Lord's eye. For the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel, northern and southern kingdom, and set them in their own land, the land of Palestine, because those 1948ers, them small hat, big nose people, they are not the people of the Lord. And it says, and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the Lord is going to do that. He's going to bring us back over to Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, not no goddamn 1948 Balfour Declaration. And we're going to be a nation again, not a goddamn state. You see? And the strangers shall be joined with them, the strangers meaning the Israelite foreigners, It says, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Because remember, we're scattered amongst all the heathen, We're scattered amongst the four corners of the earth, and you're going to have Israelites that are going to come back looking like some of the heathens, But their seed, their lineage, according to their father, goes back to one of the 12 patriarchs of Israel. Again, the Israelite foreigners, So it says, verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. All our adversaries, all these other 17 heathen nations are going to go into captivity. All right? All these nations that we've had to serve under, they're going right into captivity. He that leads into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. That's what we're waiting on. For Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai to rise up to the prey. And who's our number one adversary? Esau, Edom. All right? And all these other nations that are confederate with him, that played a part in our downfall, that are licking our wounds. As the scripture said, the dogs lick our wounds. It says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. It's a righteous thing to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Who's troubling us? The Esau, Edom, and these heathens. All right? All these other nations. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day, and it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from thy hard bondage. That's what Egypt represents, bondage. America is Babylon the Great, mystery Babylon, also spiritually Sodom and Egypt. All right? Egypt representing bondage. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest, because this is not our rest. We're not yet saved. Now is the time to give diligence to fight the good fight of faith, contend for the faith, work out our own salvation with fear and trembling. We're going to rest in the kingdom, we rest in the scriptures, we rest in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, but right now we got to keep pushing, keep fighting, keep trotting along the straight gate. He that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. But hey, our rest is quickly approaching, And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city, America. The Lord Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked, Esau, Edom, read Malachi 1 and 4, and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. Yeah, Yahweh Shai is about to put that foot up that ass sideways. You know? The whole earth is at rest. This is a future prophecy. Hey, the whole earth is going to rejoice, man. Even these heathens are going to rejoice when this devil gets put down. You know, the animals are going to rejoice. You know, the trees are going to rejoice, as it says. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. Hey, this devil is oppressing the whole goddamn world. The whole of creation, this devil is oppressing. You know, stressing out. You know, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. And a feller is like a lumberjack, one that cuts down the trees. Yeah, who's causing deforestation? You know, cutting down all the goddamn trees. This goddamn devil. He don't even let the earth rest. He don't practice the land Sabbath. He's a goddamn demon and a virus in the earth, you know? It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up their thrones, all the kings of the nations. It says, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Like I said, America's a so-called a first world nation, you know? Hey, it look like a goddamn third world nation now, you know? And why the nation's gonna say, oh you become weak as we? Because now guess what? Let the weak say I'm strong. These nations have the great equalizer. They got missiles now. They got nuclear capabilities. And Gog and Magog, Russia's coming to the defense. You know? You know? They're all licking their chops, man. America's through. Ripe for the picking. You know, America's losing its hegemony. America's circling the drain. This place is through. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Yeah, this place looks like a goddamn third world country. It says, thy pomp, thy pride, you know, the pride of thy heart have deceived thee, thy terribleness have deceived thee. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials. That's the main point. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. This place is corroding. This place is through. The infrastructure is decaying, you know, dilapidated. The roads are dilapidated. The bridges are collapsing. You know, they're not putting any more money to build up the roads, the bridges. This place is through. You can't heal this place. It's decaying. It's rotten from within. You see? On all aspects. You know? You see? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? That's Esau, Edom. You know? Lucifer meaning light bearer. You so-called Illuminati, you illuminated ones, you hidden ones. You know? You know? You're through. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? You see? That's the point. That's the point. You can read the whole thing, but that's the point. You know, that's the point. This place is through. How is the hammer of the earth brought asunder? You know, Yahweh Shai is doing it. He's collapsing this place, you know, from within, you know. So, hey, man, keep pushing, keep fighting, man. We're close. We're close. Victory is nigh. Victory is nigh. You can taste it. Shalom. Wa abad babal. Kwam Yisharallah.